Welcome back to Gear Chat. Welcome back to Gear Chat University. Ding. Welcome to John G TV. And we back again to Gear Chad You. We ain't finna bring it. We ain't even finna bring it in. I'm on my new stuff. All right, so look, I wanted just to come in immediately and get straight to it. We gonna get straight to the shenanigans. First, before I get off into this, welcome to Gear Chat University. I am John G, and as you can see, I'm rocking my grandma shawl. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to moms. Thanks, mama. Shouts out to moms. Got my little shawl on, keeping myself tidy. You know, had to have something different for today's episode. Anywho, welcome back to Gear Chat University. I am John G. This is your first time, stumbling upon what is this? This is John G. Very unorthodox. No rhythm to his style. Something like Old Dirty Bastard. Y'all know about him? Maybe you don't. No father to his style. Gear Chat University. All right. What are we talking about this week, John G? What are we talking about this week, John G? Cut this down, because now I'm finna get into it. Matter of fact, I'm finna take this off, because it's actually a little warm. All right, so few things I want to talk about. And the first thing that's on my mind is there's a channel that I discovered less than a month ago. And organically, I'm not exactly certain exactly how I got to his channel, but I do believe it was, how off on the side you watch a video. I was watching a video about, matter of fact, I know what it was. Which is crazy because I don't even understand how that even linked up, but I couldn't get my Mac Mini to wake up. So I was trying to find a video on how to make it wake up. And you know how it plays on after that video play. I don't even know why. Maybe this was a YouTube suggestion or something, but somehow it either just started playing or off to the side I saw the list of things, and it just the title of his channel jumped out at me, and it's none other than Ben and Gear. So when I saw Gear, I'm like, oh, what's this? All right. It was actually a video talking about the Empress reverb pedal. And it was different. I'm like, what was this dude? You know what I'm saying? Face kind of, got the scar on her face and all of this. What's up with this cat? I'm sorry for the shake. I'm gonna see if I can stop that. My apologies. Who is this cat man? What's up with all of this? What it was? This is a little different. I've never seen this. But he's talking. He's going on and on. He's making some very strong statements. I'm like, all right. So that right away kind of like drew me in because he's making some the way he's speaking in certain instances was very strong opinions, standing on it. And he started to make comments like, I make this stuff, so I know what I'm talking about. Something along that lines. And so he basically said that the Empress reverb pedal is the best reverb pedal out. And he said it was better than the H9. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I got that. You said it's better than that? Wait a minute. Okay, I got to hear what he got to say. Why you say that? And so he's talking about the algorithms, and whenever he hears something that makes him question how they did this, I'm thinking like, all right, this is the way he's talking. I'm kind of intrigued now because you talking about you can hear the algorithm in the reverb? Like, wait a minute, I ain't never heard nobody say that. Now, what are you talking about? Explain. Go on. And so long story short, I'll make a short story shorter. He talks about this pedal, and he's talking about how it's, so on and so forth, about when he has to try to understand certain things, and that's why he, is good. And then he said this other one called the Tempe or the Tempest or something, Tempe. It's a smaller version, it's a little cheaper, and he's like, this is second best or arguably better. So now I'm subscribed. Now I'm in. So now I'm watching, I'm checking out what he got to say about certain stuff. And the latest one I saw, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, all right, this is a new guy on my block, or on my watch. And he's talking about as far as I'm concerned, the very controversial MEDUSA. Now, we talked about it on here before, and I told you how I want to love it. I mean, it looks amazing, but sonically, I was a little. I'm sorry for the shaking. I keep putting my hand on the table. I kind of want to rest there so bad. I'm trying to stop that, so please forgive me. But I want to like that piece so bad, but sonically, I'm just like, the sonics aren't meeting the power of the modulation. Here's what I mean. I believe the modulation is 5 stars, 5 out of 5 stars. But the sonics, however, kind of reminds me of the circuit mono station. The circuit, 5-star modulation and sequencing capabilities. How you can have it as a hub to run your modular setup and itself or whatever. However, sonically, I'm just like, especially coming from the Terraze, Dave Smith, I'm like, woo, this is, oh man. I mean, I'm saying, whatever Dave doing sonically, I was like blown away. The Behringer DeepMind 12, blown away sonically. So the mono station, I was like, oh man, I want to love it. And I actually do like it, but sonically, it's a little meh. And that's how I kind of feel about the MEDUSA. So now speeding up to me seeing Ben have it. So I'm like, oh, okay, new guy on the block. Let me see what this dude talking about. So he gets it, goes into this, 30-minute monologue or rant or explanation and breaking down the reviews and this and that and the third. Okay, so he finally gets to the part where he's playing the video. Where he's playing around with it. And I was excited because I'm like, all right, let me, from the guy that makes gear, let me see if I'm going to hear something. Because I know when Loop Op had it, and you said his name the other day. I caught that too on Bo Beats thing. You said your name. I caught that too. It just recalled in my mind as I'm here thinking about that. But anyways, when he had it and gave a review of it, I still was like, yeah. I mean, the the looping LFOs and all of that's amazing. 5 stars. But sonically, I'm still feeling a little like, I just don't. I ain't seeing it. Or rather, I'm not hearing it. So I'm waiting for him. He gets it. He starts playing with it, and it was pretty much the same. So it's like, I don't question what you can do with it. I believe that is 5 stars. I imagine you can make some awesome effect sounds with that type of modulation. You know, you're gonna make some awesome patches. However, the Sonics just, I don't know, man. Like, they all just seem to sound the same, and you know, I guess it was just the tonality for me just did not seem. It's just not so. So with that being said, let me let this be clear, if because I don't think I've made that clear on at least at this moment. So let me make this clear. I have never seen it in person or touched it or heard it in person. I am like many of you who have heard it on YouTube or heard it online somewhere. So I want to make sure I say that. Make sure that's clear. For myself now, what I want to do is go to somewhere. Only place around here would be Guitar Center. I'll probably go there and just hear it, so I can hear it in person. And then I'm gonna see for myself in person. Do I still feel the same way about it? And go from there. But after watching his video, be honest with you, I was excited to see it, and then at the end, I was like, I don't feel any different. I understand you are championing the gear and you want to see it succeed and things of that nature. I get it. Like I said, I believe the modulation is awesome. Sonically, however, and the fact that you played it with a pedal too. You didn't always run it through that pedal. I saw how you turned it on and off so you can display both. But to me, I was like, see, the fact that you had to out the gates hook up to a pedal, I'm like, now we can argue that. We can what's the term? We picking hairs or whatever the term is. All right, we being petty. Maybe that's what it is, and I can be petty, so I get it. But to me, I was like, he showed it with cause to me that's like the third video, maybe. Like show it, like first just show it. But when you gotta show it affected day one, I gotta question this now. Like that to me, that makes me go, okay. I mean, an effect is supposed to enhance the sound. It's supposed to make whatever you're hearing better. So when I'm hearing, I don't want to hear the affected sound per se. Like you jizzing it up. Like you sicing it up. This ain't what I'm finna buy though. I'm not buying that pedal. I'm buying this gear. So I want to hear the gear. But like I said, maybe we just picking hairs. Maybe I'm being a little too whatever. But to me, when I see somebody showing a piece of gear like that, and on the initial showing using a pedal, it's one of those things where you can do it. I mean, I'm not saying don't do it. I just says to what it says to me, that it makes me go, oh, okay, immediately kind of questioning that. However, he does not play it through the pedal the entire time, so you do get a chance to hear both. And again, like I said, when it was all said and done, I was like, yeah, I'm not hearing nothing. Now, I'm certain, because the way I think, I'm also, even if I take the price away, let's just forget how much it costs. Forget the cost. Purely looking at the sound of it, this is how I feel. Now look at the price, and it's like, you only pay how much? Oh yeah, nah, okay, I'm not paying that much for just modulation. Like, I don't really, man, I can't see that. Like I understand the modulation is dope and all of that, but at 1100, I think it is. I think they would move a lot more units at a lower price. Obviously, I mean that's not saying anything new. Um, but so, uh, tomato, to each his own. That's the beauty of this whole thing because it's all subjective. Where everybody's right. Now you're wrong in the sense of saying something like it has two LFOs when it really has one or three, or that's more black and white. But as far as Sonics, that's all subjective. So if you love it, then you should. If you liked how it sounds, then in my opinion, without a doubt, you should go buy that piece of gear because the modulation capabilities is definitely like amazing. Like it seems like it's gonna be a while before you even get to all of the nuances of what that thing can do in terms of modulation. So yeah, if you like how it sounds, you should definitely get it. Because the only thing I'm talking about is the sonics of it. Now, if you like how it sounds and modulate, but think the price is maybe, I don't know. I mean, if you like how it sounds, I would say the price is decent. The price is not, it's not terrible. It looks amazing. I heard somebody say that they wish Poly N would have made two versions, one with the pads on the left and one with the pads on the right. Kind of like the ideal of that. However, you know, I don't know. Like it probably would have been better to if they could just make it connect, where you can interchange either way, to make every piece like that. But to make pieces that are, solid left and solid right, because then when the sales come down, then you're gonna be some left because whoever don't like one, then I mean you could do it, you could definitely do it, but it just feels I don't think if anybody's it just feels I guess it just feels foreign. I don't know if anybody's ever done something quite like that, like made a piece of gear for a left hand person, for a right hand person. I haven't seen it. I mean, it's made the way it's made. I haven't seen anybody make a piece and then make one for, the other hand person. So, um, but yeah, that would to go along with the innovation, that would have been dope. Like I said, it'd have been nice if they would have just made it so that you can just click it some kind of way or slide it into place or made them two individual pieces that sit side by side, and then that way you can sit them how you want, left, right, or on top and bottom. But anyways, I mean, like I said, if you like how it sounds, you should definitely go get it. Moving on, Sweetwater. More importantly, Roland. More importantly, the TR8. The T man, the TR8, the original Roland dropped the price down to $299. And I sat there and looked at it and was like, looked at it, debated, going back and forth. And then finally was like, you know what, let me go and just. And I was going to get it because you can't, the scooper, the rolling effects, good luck finding one. And if you do, they won't. I couldn't even find it. I couldn't even find any. But if you find one, good luck. So I'm like, all right, this thing has the scooper, comes with drum sounds, audio interface, effects. For that price, I was like, you know what, this is definitely a brand new. Yes, this is. I think I will go ahead and jump in and get it. Got the email today from Kurt Martin, my Sweetwater representative. And oh man, I was so pissed. I was bummed out basically. But basically gave me an email and was like, Roland, let them know that they didn't have any more and that they're not gonna send them none. And so, sorry, but I can't get you one, more or less. So, I'm a little bummed out by that. To be quite honest with you, because I wanted to put that into the collection for the reasons I just mentioned. Having a scooper, a scatter rather, with drums, audio interface, and all of that stuff. So it's not a total because it's not like I don't have it, but I wanted it. So Reverb have them. You can go there and get them. If the guy is still selling the one that I saw earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and possibly get it from there before I post this video, so don't none of y'all go get it. Make sure I'm already gonna have it. By the time you see this, oh yeah, he gone. He won't be there if he's still there for me while I'm talking. So we'll see. We'll see how that go. Which led me to this thought. Now, initially I was thinking everybody, but I was like, that's incorrect. Let me be more precise and say that there are some of us, right, that are forward thinking. We're always forward thinking as to what's next, who's going to do what next, how, okay? But I rarely ever hear anybody talk about what's the next piece of gear to go away. We've seen the OP1 paused, okay? And it's probably, Roland probably win hands down in the go away, the gear gone category. Like, they have to be number one in that. Like, they make something and then it's just gone. It's just no more in production. Those earlier boutiques, if you ain't get one, it's just gone now. You have to get one like secondhand. The TR09. I sit there and I'm like, the price just, I was like, I wish they bring it down. The price never came down, and then it just went away. Sweetwater don't have them no more. You can still get it on Reverb, Craigslist or whatever. I'm like, man, why? And I'm again, I think I said it last time. I really wish I had got that TR09. People were saying that it sounded, I didn't hear it, but I kind of believed it too, because like I said, the price was more. Why did Roland charge more for the TR09 than they did the TR08 when the 808 was more renowned, like, or whatever? So I don't know, but what do you think is the next piece of gear to go away, to no longer be in production? Like I said, I believe Roland kind of is taking the lead in that category, because everything they doggone make, you better get it. You better get it while they making them, because Roland ain't playing. Like, they make something, it's gonna be gone. I'm wondering how much longer the JDXI is gonna be around. That's one of those keyboards, sampling keyboards, groove box, small keyboards. I want it. But it's just not something that I necessarily, So I figured, after I get all the stuff I really want, I'll take a look at it. But by the time I'm maybe ready to, it's gonna be gone. But it's almost like they pick and choose, because they still selling the SP404, which has been around for a while. The SH, the Shia, the SH1A or whatever, that one, that box, that keyboard, it's been around for a minute. It's still around. So it's almost like, well, what is the decision making? Like, it has to be a production thing. Like, but what? Why do they throw in the flag? Why did the Kai stop making the Rhythm Cat and the Rhythm Wolf? Sales? They just like, we didn't make no sales, so we just done. They just done. You can't find them no more. And that was just a few years ago they made that. Ain't like it was 10 years ago. That was a few short years ago. And you can't get a Tomcat no more. Secondhand somewhere, but not maybe brand new. Someone still has one that they ain't opened in the box somewhere, some store or whatnot. But it's kind of a sad thing, and it's not so much because I hear the FOMO, the fear of missing out. That's not what it is. At least for me, it's not. But it's a fact that you only have on certain pieces of gear a small window before. Listen, man. Moog dropped, and they said limited from day one. Gone now. You have to get one second hand or go through, But as far as like all the main outlets, they was around for a minute. But as the subsequent 37 CV or whatever they called it, the CV edition. Now you got to get them through other avenues because the main avenues all gone. They ain't rocking with them no more. So kind of makes you think if you haven't got your moved grandmother and you on the fence, I'm telling you now, get you a grandmother. All right. I don't know, man. It's just something about that keyboard. It's a reason why people like if you ever just whenever you see somebody talk or when they're talking about the grandmother, they'll look at it and kind of have this pause. Listen, man, I don't know what to, but everybody does it. Majority of the people do it, and it's something about that keyboard sonically. Man, listen, and it just when you have it, you can't help but to just kind of take a look at her, like, grandma, you look so good, grandma, and you just kind of you can't help. And I don't know if it's the color lines, the colors that. All I know is, I don't know how much longer Moog is gonna have that joint in production. So if I were you, you need to be saving your $50 every month, your $100 every month, your however you can do it. You need to do what you got to do, because I don't know if the grandmother gonna be around forever. And I'm hoping that the Sub 37, the original, stay around. I hope they don't get rid of that no time soon, because I want it. But it's just, they want a few coins for it. So, you gotta, I can walk there, but I can't run there, all right? So I'm walking as fast as I can, but, so I'm hoping I don't look up and be like, ah! But you just don't know, man. You just don't know. I don't know. I'm not on the inside. So I'm on the outside, just waking up and like, oh, I didn't get no heads up. Please, if y'all know something, give me a heads up. Hey, John G, man. I heard they might be something. Tell me, because if it's a piece of gear that maybe I was on the fence about or thought, I wanted, but later. Sometimes you don't have later. Sometimes you either get it now or just accept the fact that you're not going to have it, or you're going to have to get it secondhand. So yeah, leading to my next topic for today, and my last topic for today, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, is have y'all seen the Rodecaster Pro? Rodecaster Pro. So Rode Mic has made a podcast hub that records. It's 4 channels. It's got 8. I forgot what they call it. It's in the radio world. I think they call them slings. But basically, just 4 pads where you can your one shots. And you can have it, sounds or effects or somebody saying something, you know what I'm saying? Khaled, you played yourself, or Donkey of the Day. Like, you can have all of them different sound effects on there, or interviews. You can hook up your cell phone to it, so you can do interviews over the cell phone, over the phone, and record all this to an SD card. Interface with the computer, so you can just drop sounds in, and it looked like it's looking pretty solid. So I'm trying to find something comparable to it, cheaper. That's the first thing I always do. Okay, this does that. All right, how else can I do this for cheaper? And there are some other ways you can do it. To podcast. The way you're podcasting now, works. But the reason why this box to me is nice, it has the four headphones, so you can have four mics, four people talking all at one time, four headphones so everybody can hear what's going on. You got your drops, you can have your music playing, and it's all recording the SD card. So really, you don't need a computer. So you're out in the world. So it's a standalone box. I like that too. Like you're disconnected from the computer. So now I can go into anywhere. I can just roll up somewhere. I can just roll up, bam, pull up, and pull this out, set the little scene up, and then we can just start podcasting. Um, so like I say, I kind of like it. I don't know if there's anything out there necessarily like it. Uh, it kind of reminds me of Roland's Go Mixer, in a sense. I believe the Go Mixer is definitely an option or answer to your cell phone or iPad recording needs. I think this is the way to go. It doesn't require any power other than hooking it up to your, tablet or cell phone, and you're good to go. And you can go ahead and start recording music and get line in audio. So, and perfectly in sync with the video. So that's like what? Like, and it's for Roland, only $100. Now they just made a new one. I forgot what they call it, Roland Gold Mixer Pro or something like that, for like 150. But this one you got to plug it in. So I like the original. I like the engineering of me just plugging into the phone and have an audio interface that doesn't require any power. So now I can be just that much more mobile. Any way I can get around having to plug in more power cables and power, because when you got gear, you realize, man, how many power strips y'all got? 'Cause I know how many I got. Like, it's ridiculous, and you always looking for a place to plug something in. Like, so that's the one power of modular too. That's the thing that's like, a pedal board. You can plug everything and just plug in one thing and have all this stuff powered up. Like, that's the next piece of genius. Somebody to make a pedal board or some kind of pedal source for gear, so you can plug everything into one and then plug one piece into, that's because the power thing is ridiculous. So, all right, like I say, Rodecaster Pro got this joint, $5.99. Sweetwater has it on sale for, or is going for a regular price. Um, it's on my radar. I would say it like that. It's on my radar. It's on the watch list. So now I'm starting to do my research. I'm looking at videos. I'm seeing the reviews. I want to dive deeper into it to see what the people are saying. The people that do podcasts every day or do it for a living. What are they saying about this? Are they liking it? What's the pros? What's the cons? And so I'm going down that path and just trying to get the best temperature as I can on this gear. Like I said, from the immediate glance over. Now, initially, with me, price is always a thing. So I was looking at it going, price wise, okay, $5.99. Seems like I can get away with doing something like this cheaper. But when you look at all what you get, the four line in, the four headphones, SD card recording, mic preamps, what else? The faders, so you can fade in, out, phone conversation recording, all of that with the 8 one shots. Yeah, I think that might be a go. Like, I don't, that's to put all that into one. Now, I would like to have more than 8 pads, like, so I would still probably figure out some other way to plug in a piece of gear that I could plug into the line in and then have something else or whatever. So it's still ways you can get around that and just have your 8 immediate, whatever sound effects you want to have. So that's that. John G TV. To everybody, I forgot to say this earlier, but to everybody that's been working hard, you've been saving your twos and fews, and you got that new piece of gear, go ahead and put it in the comments. I hope that it's everything that you want it to be, and that you're having a great experience using that gear and you making great music. The holidays are around the corner. By chance you are one that celebrates this holiday that they call Christmas, Merry Christmas to you and yours. Happy holidays to everybody. Because this coming weekend and next week we will be dealing with family and friends of that nature. So I hope everybody has a pleasant time out there with your family and friends. Eat good, drink responsibly, and of course, make music. I am John G. This is John G TV. And I don't know what I'll do about that. I love y'all, man. Till next time, fade to black. Oh yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in. Till next time, John G, and I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, John G.